had the pleasure of working in Kazakhstan on the implementation of centralized platform for interoperability in electronic healthcare. But I wanted to share with you today our experience with digital transformation of the healthcare in Croatia, and one little part of it, electronic prescription. When we talk about digital transformation, what we happen to talk is technologies, processes, what to do, and sometimes we lose that the main thing is the patient, that we have to provide a better service for the patient, or the faster service for the patient, or the cheaper service for the patient, or the happier service provider who will then treat the patient better. And only after this we can talk about the processes and technologies with which to do this. In 2003 in Croatia, the electronic prescription was paper form. So you came to your doctor and he gave you a checkup, and then he written a prescription with a stamp, and you took this and went to the pharmacy and you get your medication. And that was fine if you had a sore throat like me today and you had to go once a year. But for chronic patients with diabetes or heart conditions who have a regular therapy, they had to come regularly every month or every 2 months to the doctor. They had to wait, and then they had to come to the doctor to do this process. Additionally, they had to be in their place of residence. If you went to the vacation, you couldn't do it. You had to go to your family doctor to get this. From the technology point of view, in 2003 we had medical standards that were pre-standards. So HL7 version 3 was not yet released. We had internet in the beginning. There was these things. Nobody carried smartphones. You didn't have ADSL everywhere. You didn't have mobile internet. So this was basically the setup that we made when Croatian government decided that they want to do the digital transformation of the healthcare. So in 2003 they started the project, and as you can see in 2011 the electronic prescription went live. Between these two years we had a lot of things happening. So we had 2 elections and 3 governments, and you know how it is when you do work with the government. When the elections come, then everything freezes, everything stops. We had to plan everything, to decide on how to proceed, which technologies to use. Government had to set up the data center, and then we had to implement the solution. But in the end, in 2011, when the prescription went live, everybody involved was really happy. This is one of the best parts of our transformation of healthcare, because doctors now have the ability, when you come to get the prescription, they just enter it in their medical information system, and then you go with your card to the pharmacy and you get the medication. Pharmacists are happy because now everything is digitalized, so they don't have to make all these reports to the government, to the insurance companies to get the money. And there is no mistake. There is 0 mistake now. But you know how human nature is, I talked before about these patients with chronic diseases. They learned that they can just call to their family doctor and ask for the prescription to be renewed. And they were very pleased with this. And doctors were pleased because the people didn't come to their office anymore. They could all do it by phone. And it was in 2011. In 2014, they just started complaining that they cannot work as effective as they could if people would not call them on the phone, because now they were with the patient and somebody is calling, or the nurse had to answer these phones all the time. And something that was really good now became usual, and now people found complaints. So we started a new phase in this. We started the pilot that covered maybe 50% of the doctors in Croatia, where we enabled patients to use the web portal and to make these requests for their medications, to renew their medications through web portal. And the doctors have the ability to use this web portal either on their PC or on the tablet or mobile phone, and to decide if they want to renew this or not. And this is making them happier, because now they can decide when they want to do this. We even have our one doctor that cooperates with us, who does it in his car on the tablet, when driving to work. I wouldn't recommend this, but you can do it if you want. And as we are a technology company, Ericsson, we are looking into the future. And as I told you before, standards were very poor in 2003. But today we have a lot of new standards in medicine. We have clinical document architecture that is standardized and that is implemented here in Kazakhstan. We have Agile 7 Fire that is excellent for this transactional communication like prescription. And now we are working with our insurance, national insurance in Croatia on modernizing this implemented system to be even better and to provide additional services to the patients and the doctors. Thank you.